Hey everyone, this is Iron Eagle, and today I'm going to make a little tutorial about how to cold start the F-A-18 Hornet. So let's jump right into this. Okay, first of all, let's close the canopy. Notice we don't have to have the battery switch on in order to close the canopy. That's because of safety reasons. Okay, now let's go ahead, turn on the battery switch, and next we're going to turn on our APU. While the APU is running up, we're waiting for a green light that indicates it is ready. There we go. Now we're going to crank the right engine first. And we do this, let's take a look at the IV here. And we do this because the right engine is going to supply power to the jet. Okay, once we hit around about 30 RPM, we're going to bring the right engine into idle position. There we go. The engine is running up. Whilst doing it, we go ahead and turn on our displays, bring up the hub brightness and MCPD.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
Alright. Next, now we have power on the jet. We start our alignment process of the INS. And since we're operating from an airfield here right now, with this beautiful Canadian Air Force F-18, we're going to bring this into G&D mode. We are selecting the MCPD, we are selecting stored heading to get a faster alignment of our INS position. Okay, we go ahead and crank the left engine. And we make sure left engine is coming up. It does. At about 30 RPM again. We're going to bring the left engine to idle position and making sure it's running up. And it does. Alright.
Infield 1, airborne.
Next, I'm gonna turn on my position lights, and I make sure that my master switch is set to on, so I can verify we have position lights checked. It's all good. It's getting a little hard to read something on the MCPD. Hit the center OSB twice, and we're back to Nomad mode. Okay. Take the radar sensor and bring it into operate position. We're going to check our alignment, which is at 0.5, and OK. What you just heard was the APU that turned off automatically. So we're going to throw our INS knob into IFA position. IFA because we are using assisted GPS for our INS position, and that is something you can see down here as it says POS AINS or AINS. That tells you that your INS system is constantly updated with GPS information. The older system is NAV, where as you can see, the position is only updated over the INS system. So, but we're using GPS in correlation. We have a targeting pod mounted, so we're going to turn on the flare, but we do not turn it on, we just flip it into standby. We're going to bring some console light in. We are arming the ejection seat. Now we'll go ahead and turn on the ALR 67 and bring our dispensers into on position. Let's take a look over here on the left hand side. We make sure the selective jettison is set to safe. Flaps set half. Landing taxi lights on, anti-skid in on position because we're operating from an airfield. And the hook bypass is set to field. Sweeping around, and of course making sure our box is set on so we do not pass out on high altitudes. Alright, next we want to go ahead and reset the FCS. Just click once here, and let's go here into FCS and check the trim. Stabilizer trim is set to 0. We're going to set this to takeoff. We click on this little knob here, and as you can see, it is up to 12 now. That is true even if you are do carrier operations. The thing is, for carrier operations you would normally go for something like 15 or even up to 16, I think. So let's reset that one more time, and we're back to 12 for regular takeoff on airfields. Alright, next is the UFC. We're going to turn on IFF, hit IFF and turn it on. Go to data link and do the same. Turn it on. And we're ready for taxi. Release parking brakes. Let the ground crew remove some wheel chocks, if there are some. And let's turn on the mirrors. Ready for taxi. So I hope that helped you guys. How to cold start the F-18 field operated. It is basically the same if you are on a carrier, but on a carrier you would rather go for CV instead of G&D and then throw it back into IFA. And yeah, that's it basically. So I hope you had fun, you learned something. If there is anything missing or you want to add something in addition to that, please let me know down in the comments.